Well, I did warn you that something like this might be on the way, given Reform UK now dominating in the polls, given you could actually see a scenario where the Greens emerge in second place and the likes of the Conservatives, Labour and Lib Dems are quickly relegated into obscurity. But look, we've seen quite clearly with the rise of Reform already, boasts that the change to the electoral system stop Reform doing even better than it is set to do. Of course, we've seen English local elections cancelled 1 year already at short notice, just a few months' notice. We've now seen Conservative council leaders begging the Labour government to try and stop the elections next year as well, because they know that Reform are likely to win. And so I did highlight recently what you're starting to see now, some people on the left saying, well, actually, to stop Reform, we need to change the voting system, on the basis that you could then see Labour, SNP, Lib Dem, Green all gang up, even if Reform get the most votes and most seats. And so you're seeing the Liberal Democrats now who are whinging to the BBC because they don't like the fact that the party that has got about 3 times as much support as they have and is leading in the polls is getting a lot of coverage now. And the Lib Dems also complaining about the electoral system, which is very ironic given last year you did see the Liberal Democrats get 72 seats with 3.5 million votes, compared to Reform got only 5 MPs, the same number as the DUP, who got 172,000 votes for those 5 MPs. So that is quite ironic. Listen to what the Liberal Democrat leader Ed Davey said to the BBC recently.
First past the post as an electoral system does not represent the British people and doesn't give voice to their values and their concerns and their priorities. So you'll be really shocked to know, Nick, that I'm still in favour of electoral reform and proportional representation. Indeed, I go so far as to say that I'm prepared to work with the government if they wake up. They got this loveless landslide. They don't require a relatively small share of the vote with this huge majority they've got. So maybe they think they've got a vested interest. But are they also looking at the polls you're talking about, which show Nigel Farage in some polls winning a majority on a very relatively small share of the vote? And I would hope that would make them think again about the wisdom of first past the post.
So your warning to the Labour Party is that Nigel Farage really could be Prime Minister, is it, under this electoral system?
You were talking about the polls, and I'm reflecting on them as well.
But you think he could? He could move into Downing Street?
There is a potential, and on a really small share of the vote.
And yeah, I can definitely see a scenario where the likes of Labour just decide that they can't actually defeat Reform, and thus they're just going to try and change the rules last minute, try and change the electoral system. As I said, given the establishment increasingly realising they can't actually beat Reform, that they then try and change the rules to do so. Please do let me know, though, your thoughts on that in the comments below. Please do whack this video a quick thumbs up. And of course, as ever, cheers for watching.